In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about fib lines, and they have several uses. You can use them to mark areas of interest. If you identify areas that you think of are areas of supply and demand, you can use them to highlight those areas for you. You can use them to help you set targets, and you can also use fibs to help you see when you might want to get in and out of trades. So here I already have some areas of interest that are marked by our chart tool. But if I didn't have this and I wanted to mark this area, I can use the fib tool to do that. So let me expand this just a tad so you can see better. So if this was my area of interest and I have my fib tool set so it snaps, it's in snap mode. So when it's in snap mode, as you move like the tool, it will snap to the low, the open, the high, or the close. And so I like to do things precisely. So I have this set in snap mode. And right here is where the snap mode option is. So you can use that to turn it on. And I have my, let me show you my default settings here. So I have my default settings is always shows me where the one-to-one is from the risk to reward standpoint, because I always want to take my first contract off at 1-to-1, and I actually have a trade strategy where I only go to 1-to-1 on certain assets and intervals. So this helps me quickly mark up my charts so that I can set trades. And then when I go, you can see here that price came in, touched this demand area and took away. And if you wanted to see, how well did this, do, how much of a possible risk to reward, for my targets, what were my possibilities? You can see here. So that's pretty cool. And if you go and edit the labels, you can actually show the value. And so you can see here using the fib tool, it went to 700, which is actually 6-to-1, because the way TradeStation does things, you have to subtract 1. So you've made 6-to-1, probably close to 7-to-1 as well, on this band right here when price came back in and touched it. So this is a good way for you to help yourself set up trades and set up targets, because if you always want to take your first contract off at 1-to-1 and maybe you want to trail your stop to 5-to-1 or whatever, you can easily do that because the fibs show you exactly where to place your trades. So another thing you can do with fibs is sometimes people use them for retracement. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so you can see here that I have taken my fibs and I've gone from this swing high down to the prior swing low. And I want to predict, using the fibs, where price might return to. So some people like the 88.6 number or the 78.6. And so I have set these up so that I can see where those price points are. And you can see here that using this methodology, that you can see that price did retrace down just past the 88.6 area and then took off. And let's see, I didn't look to see how well it did. Oh yeah, so it went on to make a new swing high. So this is another way that people use fib lines. And so you could say that you're going to set your order at the 88.6, and then from there set your other targets based on what you're seeing on the chart. So hopefully that'll tell you a little bit about some cool things you can do with fib lines. And if you want to learn more about tools for traders and how we simplify your trading by automatically putting the bands on your charts and highlighting you about potential trades, you can check the information at our website below.